Good Sunday morning, friends and neighbors, and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates. Friends, this is where the Valley's favorite real estate agent comes to tell you everything you need to know about buying or selling your home. Now, here are your hosts this morning, Kelly Warren and Jim Warren.
Good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates. I'm Kelly Warren and I'm in the studio this morning talking about real estate right here in our valley with my co-host, Handsome Jim.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm going to be mellow today.
Why?
I don't know.
You know why?
Why?
Well, we've talked the last couple of weeks about how the diet's been going good. Not so good this week, folks. He had the cheeseburger. He's all mellow.
I'm more calm now.
Okay. We do need to get right back on that, though.
Well, also, we let Matt watch one of our YouTube videos on the show this week, and I thought he was like, Dad's crazy. So I want to be a good representation to my children.
Okay. So you're going to...
I'm going to be professional.
Okay. He listened to the one that we did a couple of weeks ago right after 4th of July where Jim just right now at the beginning of the show walked away from his microphone, took off his headset, and I was thrown off. Like, what do I do? What do I say? I can't talk to him. I have to keep talking myself. And so Matthew, when we were leaving this morning, was like, do not let Dad walk away from his mic. It's like, okay, I will tell him to stay seated.
All right, Mello's boring. So what are we doing today? What's going on?
Fantastic. He's back, folks. Here he is in the studio, Handsome Jim. We are going to talk about home improvements that improve your home's value.
Oh, that's
Say
important.
that 5 times.
No.
Home improvements that improve your home's value.
I know better.
So here we go. We actually are doing this topic because we ask you all the time. If you have real estate related questions, go ahead and email us at askkelly@kellysoldit.com. That's askkelly@kellysoldit.com. You can call us 330-717-2689, or Jim, they can find us online where?
At kellysoldit.com.
That's kellysoldit.com. So we've been, the last couple of weeks, we've been busy with our topics, and I've just been answering the questions privately, but we had a couple of questions about home values and about side projects, and they're all a little bit different, but a little bit on topic. So I grabbed 3 of these questions that I figured would lead us right into this. So why don't we go questions first today?
Ooh, man, not only am I being crazy, you're really shaking things up this week.
Look at us.
Getting out
These
of
30
control.
minutes. Let's do them in all different ways.
Getting out of control. We switched seats today.
I know. I don't think I like it.
Oh, wow.
I'm used to looking this way, and now I'm looking this way.
I mean, you're fine. Now you can see T-Bone.
I can.
So that's
He walked
good.
away.
Yeah. But then he can tell us what we're doing.
Okay.
So, all right. A listener wrote, what can you tell me about metal roofs? Ooh, that's a good question. I've been seeing more of them lately. Would that be a plus or negative when going to sell? So that's a good question.
Yes. So what's your take on a metal roof, Big Jim?
Well, what I've heard is they're cheaper and they last longer.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. So I don't know. I mean, I've never had a metal roof. I mean, I listen to country music, so when I hear the songs about the rain hitting the tin roof, like, it reminds me of, times I've slept in the South with rainstorms and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Okay. So you're like old country song.
Yeah.
Like
I'm an old country
you want to
guy.
hear the pitter patter of the rain on the tin roof.
Yeah. I like old country and like the older music. Like, I'm a huge Garth Brooks fan. Stuff like that. So, when they talk about the Thunder Rolls and
I can't believe that we're old enough that Garth Brooks is old. Like, I'm thinking old more like my dad's country,
I like that too. I like that a lot too.
Yeah. Okay.
The newer country is more hip hoppy, which I don't mind. Like, I'm a huge fan of Kane Brown, where he's a little hip hoppy or poppy, whatever you want to call it. Whatever these kids are calling it these days.
I'd call that pop.
Okay, yeah, so it's more like pop music. But I do like Chris Stapleton and Zach Brown, who I think are really cool.
Okay.
Tennessee whiskey,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
All
Good
right.
music.
So what do you think about metal roofs was my question. My question was not what do you think about country music?
I forgot what we were talking about today. Real estate. That's right.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, I have seen a couple. I drive around a lot and I see a lot of houses. So, they're all the ones I see and notice are newer. What are they going to look like in 20 or 30 years? I don't know, but I could see.
So when the metal roofs started becoming popular or coming around in the area, I was concerned about the look of them at first. I could not wrap my head around how a metal roof would look good on a home, but I'm seeing more and more of them, and I kind of like them. It's growing on me. Yeah. They don't look bad. They look good. They look normal.
It reminds me of that style when the front doors, everybody started painting their front doors bright colors, like a bright blue or a bright red or a bright yellow. And I thought, oh, that's really neat. It adds, flavor.
Yeah.
This is one thing to call it on a house. But I've noticed that on the roofs, same thing. Like there's one down in Columbiana, I drive by it all the time, and it's a white house with a blue metal roof, and it's like a bright blue. I think it looks really cute.
Okay.
So, like, stuff like that, I think.
He thinks it's really cute, folks. So whoever you were writing in, Handsome Jim says it's really cute if you ask.
I do. Now, how does it affect the home's value? So that's a good question.
All right. So my take on it, and that's what the show is about today, is what can you do to your home to affect its value? So truly, I'm pretty strict on where these value things lie. Is, to me, the only way that you can actually totally, for real, improve your home's value is to add square footage to it. More square footage makes it worth more money. So to me,
to an extent,
a new roof, the home is supposed to have a roof. So by putting on a new one, I don't feel like that makes it have more value. It was supposed to have a roof on it. It was supposed to have a functional roof on it. So if you've got a leaking asphalt shingle roof, or if you've got a slate tile roof and you're missing tiles, that's detracting value. That's not, you're not adding value by adding the roof. However, you are adding desirability to the buyers. Mm-hmm. You are adding, I've got 20 years of peace of mind. I really have to look at an appraisal and see, does the appraiser give you bonus points and check marks and extra dollars for new roof?
They do. Okay. But they do. Again, it's going to come down, the value is going to come down to the neighborhood. Like, if you have a $50,000 neighborhood and you put a new roof on your house, it's not all of a sudden worth $200,000, but it is still worth at least your $50,000.
Well, so that's my question to you. So you're in a $50,000 neighborhood. You've got cute little Cape Cods in Austintown. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got the same thing. They're all worth, let's say, 50 to 65. Nothing's worth 50 anymore.
They're all worth more than that.
So let's say then you take your house and you put on a new roof, whether it be metal or not, mm-hmm. and you put in a new furnace, and you put in some energy efficient windows, and you update your kitchen, and you update your bathroom. Now, those are all things that people would say each of those should increase your value, or you should get your money back out of them. But so now you just put $50,000 into this $50,000 house.
Right.
Is that house worth $100,000 if you're the appraiser?
No.
But you just told me all those things add value to it.
What it could do, so what I see a lot happen is the neighborhood's 50. You come in, you put 50 into the house in upgrades and things like that. It'll bump the value of the house from 50 to maybe that 65 mark or 75 mark. It might even push it a little higher, but it will not jump it dollar for dollar.
I agree. So in a market like this, we're having a great market. People are buying houses. Everything feels good. Interest rates went back down. It's a good, strong market. Right. So I would say that the houses that have all of those extras, sometimes they even surprise us. I might walk in and say, okay, I can appreciate that you've done all this stuff, and boy, it's really going to make it a nice buy for somebody, but you're not going to get dollar out of it. And every comp in the neighborhood, the highest one is at 65. So I might tell you, you know what, let's list it at 75 or 80. And in this market, every once in a while, people are like, I put it on for 80 and I got 85. That's happening.
Right.
So where I might have said, let's be a little more cautious, because I want your home to sell. I want you to get the most money for it, but I also don't want you to overprice and sit on it for 6 months and not sell and go through all that frustration and aggravation.
That hurts you too.
Right.
Because what that does is that puts a stigmatism on your home. It
gets shop worn.
Right. And if clients are like, hey, look, here's 10 houses. Well, these 3 have been on the market for 180 days or 200 days. there's something wrong with those, so let's go look at these other ones.
Yeah, we're seeing more of that with the younger buyers where they just are, let's not look at it and let's not figure out why other people are not buying it. But if nobody else bought it and it's been on the market for 6 months, I don't want to buy it. There's something wrong with it.
Right.
And there may be nothing wrong with it. You may have not been showing it at the beginning, or you may have priced it too high at the beginning and now you're priced right, but they're just over it because you didn't do it right at the beginning.
Right. Maybe you did temporary off the market too.
So you don't want to cause yourself that pain of overpricing the house. But okay,
right.
So back to the question. Metal roof, is that increased value? So you said per the appraiser, checks and minuses, a new roof does improve value.
What it does is the appraiser will look at it and say, okay, if it's an old roof, they'll actually take value off. So neighborhood's $50,000, you have an old roof, your house is worth $45,000. Because the roof is deteriorating.
Okay.
You have a new roof, put you back to your 55 mark. If everything keeps putting you back to the proper mark, then the appraiser can justify adding value at that point.
So I'm an appraiser. I'm looking at two houses a block away from each other. They're both 3-bedroom, 2-story colonials. One sold at $150,000 and I'm trying to find the value on the other one. Well, maybe it has an extra half a bath and maybe it has a finished basement and maybe it has a new roof. So as the appraiser, I'm saying, okay, we'll give you an extra $5,000 for your half a bath and we'll give you an extra $5,000 for your new roof and we'll give you an extra $10,000 for your finished basement. Yep. So now this house is worth, where did I get that number to? $170,000, and this one's still worth $150,000. So they'll take that comp and add to it, and you're saying they will credit for the new roof. Yeah. Do you think, personally, Jim, that metal versus asphalt is going to make a difference in value?
If you're doing a new roof, no.
Okay.
Whether it's new asphalt or new steel roof, they're just going to see it as a roof that should last 30 years. Period.
Okay. So then our overall take on this is they do look nice. They are more affordable. They do last a little bit longer, and it's still going to positively impact your home. So go for it.
Yeah. I always recommend it. I was talking to one of our agents earlier this week, and he has a client who, the market keeps climbing and climbing and climbing, and he's like trying to get ahead of it. Like he obviously wants to make a ton of money on this house. I don't know if he inherited it,
yes,
or if he bought it or what. But he had it priced in the neighborhood was going maybe 120s to 130s. They started out at 150. So which is, when you're trying to chase this market, that's not bad. I mean, you're going a little high, so it's going to be a little rough to try and get there, but that's okay. Well, now it's been on the market for a little bit. And the guy's like, it's not selling. What's going on? The agent said we have already dropped it to 130, so they brought it down $20,000, which was good. Started getting a ton of showings. So he got into the price of the neighborhood. Showings shot up. Started getting a ton of showings, which is where you want to be. That means you're priced properly.
Right.
So as the showings started to increase, but then he wasn't getting any offers. So the first question I said to my agent is, what's the feedback? What are other agents and clients saying about the property? And we went through those details and stuff like that. And then we looked through the condition of the home. The home was a little outdated, was a little worn. It didn't have all the new stuff. Like we just talked, all the new stuff brings you to the value. So the new stuff puts you in the $130 market. So you have choices. You can either start updating stuff, redo kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, stuff like that to get your value to your 130. But that means you're putting in time, work, and money.
Right.
The other option's to lower the price and get to a point where someone else can see that time, work, and money is worth the value to get you there.
Well, those are things that I tell sellers every day is it's not an exact science when we're pricing a house. And our goal is to get it sold in the quickest amount of time for the most amount of money for you. And so, okay, let's price it at $200 because that's the highest that we can go within reason in this market for this home. But if we are on the market for 2 weeks to 30 days and we have less than 10 showings or 25 showings and 0 offers, either of those, like not enough showings or a whole bunch of showings and not enough offers, either way means we've got to reduce the price. You're either not getting people in the door, so let's reduce the price, or you're getting a bunch of people in the door and they're not buying it, so we got to change the price. And by price, I could mean you can change the condition. So if the feedbacks all say, if 10 feedbacks in a row say, we don't like the bathroom, we don't like the bathroom, we don't like the bathroom, then okay, let's change the bathroom.
Right.
But if one person doesn't like the bathroom, one person doesn't like the kitchen, one person doesn't like the backyard, one person says it's a big busy road, one person says it's too big, and somebody says it's too small, and so we just didn't find the right buyer for the house yet, but we had all those people come in, price is the thing that changes all of that. So would you put up with the busy street or the too big or the too small or you don't like the backyard or whatever if it was less money? Most people would.
Right. Right. Most people don't find the perfect house.
I say it over and over. You need a shelter, food, water, shelter. Those are your 3 basic needs in life. So you need a box to live in. Is it going to be this box or a different box?
Right. Well, and that comes down to what items are you willing to live with.
Right. So. And that makes quality of life a difference. So we just spent 15 minutes talking about one question. This is why I answer them via email, because I've got so much good content that we didn't even get to. We're insane here. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Kelly Warren and Associates. We are talking about real estate radio right here in the Mahoning Valley. Today we are talking about home improvements that you can do to your home to also improve your home's value. And we have a few more questions from listeners, and we have some home picks of the weeks that we're going to go get into when we get back from this break. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or a text, 330-717-2689. Send us an email at askkelly@kellysoldit.com or find us online
at kellysoldit.com.
That's kellysoldit.com. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey, if you need to sell your home without all the headaches most people experience, hey, Sean Hannity here to tell you that after years of buying, selling, investing millions of dollars in real estate, that all real estate agents do not operate the same way. Now, what makes the difference between a home selling fast and for top dollar and one that sits on the market for months and doesn't even sell at all? Well, you have a great American right in your backyard that I trust if I needed to sell my home. I'm talking about Kelly Warren with Kelly Warren and Associates Real Estate Solutions. She services the entire Mahoning Valley, attracts hundreds of buyers every week, and sells an average 3 homes every week. Kelly spends thousands of dollars every month and creates demand for your home, which makes it sell faster and for more money. Don't play games with your home. Call Kelly at 330-717-2689. That's 330-717-2689 or online at kellysoldit.com. That's kellysoldit.com.
Good Sunday morning, friends. I always hear Dan's voice when I hear that. Music come back on.
Was that your Dan
Yes,
impression?
That was my Dan impression.
I can't
Somebody
wait till he hears that.
He's like, friends, it's a good Sunday morning. And I can hear him playing
every time the music starts.
Yes, every time that's what I hear. So thank you, Dan. This is Kelly Warren Associates. We're talking about home improvements that can improve your home's value. Before we get into a few more questions from our listeners, because I'm already worried that we're going to run out of time, let's talk about 2 of our new listings that have some of these home improvements that may improve a home's value.
Awesome. All right. Am I going first?
Yes, you may.
8427 Chesterton Drive in Poland, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Poland Schools. It's currently listed at $190,000, which is okay for Poland. It's about average price over there. Here's the cool part. It's 4 bedrooms.
Possible 5th bedroom even.
Yeah, so that's really cool. It's 2,080 square feet, which is nice. It's got a 2-car attached garage, which is also nice because then you don't have to trek through the snow. Sorry, that's one of my favorite things.
Which is nice.
I don't get to park in the garage at home.
So clean it out. Go ahead.
I can't. My truck's too big.
All right, so
I'm going to have to get a small car. I don't fit in one. I can't sit down low. I was in my sister's car the other day and it fell low to the ground. She had to help me out.
Do you know what I would love to hear about?
No.
The house on Chesterton.
So 2-car garage, which is nice. Then everybody can park in the garage, unless you're married to Kelly. So it's the original owner of the home, which that's nice because typically when someone builds a home, they like to take care of it and stuff.
I love an original owner home because I really do feel like instead of it changing hands 10 times over the years, that it was loved and cared for and well maintained.
Cool. That's neat. It does have a fireplace in the front of the house. Why is it in the front of the house?
Like in the front living room?
Oh.
Like not in the back family room?
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, possibly 5 bedrooms, hardwood throughout, which is nice. It has a nice sunroom. All the appliances stay, which is cool. That can save you thousands of dollars.
Yes.
People don't realize that.
That is not an improvement because they're not attached, but it really is a money saver, especially, our first time buyers these days are buying a little bit of a higher price point than they used to because dual income working families, people are buying later in lives, they're getting married after their careers, opposite of what we had done years past. Jim and I were babies and got married at 18. So all of that being said, those appliances being there, if I don't have to go spend $7,000 on an appliance package, this has added some mental value of your home to me as a purchaser.
Correct. So, that's really all I have about it. It's a nice home. Again,
fantastic. Do you have a listing price?
Yeah, I said $190.
$190 in Poland on Chesterton. You did say that. I remember now.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Which is a good price for Poland. So.
All right. Awesome. So I have a new coming soon listing. This is going to be active in a couple days for showings. 5330 Sampson Drive in Liberty. You can be the first ones in the door if you want to see this house. This is a 5-bedroom, so it's also got that extra bedroom, 2,300 square foot, 2-story colonial, 2-car attached garage. This is in Liberty. I'm not sure if I said that. 219.9. This house.
Oh, almost a 5-bedroom.
219,900. Correct. This house has been completely updated. So these are some of those things that I wanted to talk about. So, all of the bedrooms, 2 full baths upstairs, unbelievable master suite. They have new concrete driveway into the 2.5-car garage. They have, new doors. They have meticulously landscaped yard. It has a deck, a heated swimming pool, a fire pit, and an additional outbuilding. So
that's awesome.
All of that is wonderful. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I think that those additional outbuildings to me are big value enhancers. So if you've been thinking about, adding on an outbuilding or adding additional garage space, again, that's one of those where you actually are adding some sort of a square footage. So I think that to me, that's a true value add. But the desirability and the flex space in them, you can use it for whatever. If you have a home-based business where you cook, if you have a home business where you work on cars, if you have a hobby and you like to tinker around in a wood shop or you like to store your RV or whatever it is, you've got room for it in and out buildings. So I love those.
Yeah. That's cool. And Liberty's, again, a beautiful area. Mm-hmm. We're so blessed to have beautiful areas around.
We are, and we're very blessed for our area to be affordable and to have the good location. We've got some really nice suburbs with great schools and great, take the kids for a walk, go to the park, that kind of thing. We've got Mill Creek Park. But just the easy access to Cleveland and Pittsburgh and everything else.
I heard someone talking about it this week. It was probably it was on the radio, and Dan Rivers, and he was talking to, one other guy, one of the other radio hosts, the blues guy. But he's right. That Mill Creek Park is beautiful. People don't realize
it's underutilized.
If you're not there all the time.
We take it for granted.
We do, and it is absolutely beautiful.
Yes. So if you would like to see either the home on Sampson, the home on Chesterton, or any home for sale in the entire MLS, we have access to those for you.
MLS? You mean the Mahoning Valley?
The multiple listing service. That's all of the homes that all of the brokerages share. So if there's any home that you want to take a look at, regardless of whose sign is in the yard, you want to give Kelly Warren and Associates a call at 330-717-2689 or online at kellysoldit.com.
kellysoldit.com.
Okay, so let's talk about a few more home improvements that can improve value to your home. And I know you've got a couple more questions over there, and I want to get through them quickly. So let's have you finish your questions, and then I'll jump into my little list.
Joe and Minerva asked about swimming pools. We have a 27-foot round above ground. We don't use it anymore. We didn't open it this year. We will probably sell in 2 to 3 years. Should we open and fix up the pool or remove it?
I find that swimming pools are about 50-50 for buyers, above ground pools especially about 50-50 for buyers. Some people really want one and they're happy to have one, although it's not usually a deal breaker if it doesn't have one, if they find the home of their dreams, because they can always add one. Mm-hmm. And then some people have had a pool before and do not want one, or have never had one and don't want or need one. So, they can remove it, but they also look at it sometimes as a headache to do the removal of it.
So I guess if it were me, what I would do is whatever's cheaper. If it's cheaper to fix it up and make it look nice, then that's probably what I would do. If
Yeah.
it's cheaper to remove it, then I would probably remove it and start doing the grass and stuff.
Yeah, because it's not something that's really going to change your value positively or negatively.
Right.
So whatever works better for your life. If the pool is newer and it's in good shape and you don't have to put money into it to open it and you can just shock it and sweep it and here we go, we've got a pool and go for it. But if you're thinking I'm going to need a new pump or I'm going to need a new liner or I need to fix this and that, then it might be easier to take it down. And I do believe that sometimes people can sell those and somebody will come take it down for you and give you some money for it. So maybe look into that.
Well, that's not a bad idea either. Cool. This one I wasn't ready for. Shane wants to know, I have a large property on Ridge Road in Cortland with farm animals. Is it a good investment to re-fence the pasture area?
Ooh, farmland. That's your area, Jim. Out on Ridge Road. That's out by Aunt Rita.
I know, but I don't know. Is it worth the investment?
Well, so like we said about the pool, what's your current fence look like? How good is it? So you kind of need a pet fence if you have the animals, and the next owner may not have the animals, may not need the fence. If your fence is in disarray, then it is detracting. So then you should get it fixed up or replaced. And if it's currently in good condition and you would just like a better, newer fence, then maybe save your money because it's not really going to add more value.
Right. So, yeah, good point.
Okay.
Yeah,
fantastic.
so kind of like
send us some pictures of your fence, Shane, and then we'll give you a better idea.
Yeah, like if it looks bad, that's probably not good, and you need to make a decision either way, either fix it up or tear it down. But if you are going to keep the animals, you're obviously going to need the fencing.
You need to do what's right for them.
Yeah, fix it up.
So some home improvements quickly before we move on here that you can do to actually add value to your home are kitchen and bathroom remodels.
Always.
Those are the big ticket items, that hot button items. You walk into a redone master bathroom that looks like a spa, people ooh and ah over that all the time. So, and the kitchens, it's the heart of the home. It's where you spend most of your time. All of your guests are going to see it. So, certainly for yourselves and for resale value, it's always a good idea. That being said, there's a point of no return. So if you over improve it, you are not going to get dollar for dollar back out of that stuff.
Again, if I have a $100,000 house and I put $50,000 into my kitchen, I'm not going to get $150,000 for my house if the neighborhood is only a $100,000 neighborhood.
Right.
So.
Okay, so I've got a little list here. Adding square footage always increases value because that price per square foot is going to go up as long as it's usable space.
Well, the price per square foot doesn't go up.
Well, the number of square feet goes up and you multiply it by your price per square feet. Reinventing a room can add value to a home.
What do you mean by that?
So if you've got a room that was something and you no longer need it for that flex space
like an office
to add. Sure, even like so all the two-story colonials that were built in the 1980s and 90s have that tiny little front living room, and then they have a bigger family room in the back. Mm-hmm. Nobody really uses the front sitting room anymore. So to reinvent that as a den or an office or make it more of a practical space, take down the wall, make the family room bigger, those kind of things, the buyers are liking that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Decks and outside patios and backyard oases. Oases inherited.
See, it's not that easy, is it?
Yes, we speak English. But that outdoor living is a big hot button thing that people are looking for. You can put money into that, to make it the space that you want. It does increase value. It increases desirability. Again, like I said, watch your point of no return. You don't want to go putting in a $50,000 patio and then not get all of that back out unless you plan to live there forever and you're going to enjoy it.
Right.
So do your basic maintenance too, even if it's not dollar for dollar adding value, it is keeping your home, you're protecting your asset in your home. If you have further questions about home improvements that can improve your home's value or any other home question, real estate related, I can't speak today. I don't know what I just said, but call us 330-717-2689. We would love to meet up with you, take a look at your house, let you know what it's worth, let you know what items that you can do to make it worth more so that when you do go to sell, whether it's next week or next year, we can help you out with that. And don't forget, folks, if you're thinking about moving soon, we now have a free moving truck to help make life even easier on you. Give us a call or visit us online at kellysoldit.com.
kellysoldit.com
for more information on that. We'll talk to you again next Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
If you're thinking about selling your home, Call the only agent to trust, Kelly Warren. Kelly guarantees to sell your home or she'll buy it. Call 330-717-2689 or go to kellysoldit.com. Join Kelly for Real Estate Radio every Sunday at 8 on 570 WKBN.